And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at 5-Minute Chase. Now that intrigued me because it has the words 5 minutes in, and I'm always like, I don't think it's 5 minutes, right? Okay, and it is actually a 5-minute or maybe less game. It is a game in which one person is chasing a criminal who's got out of prison. Not necessarily been in that situation myself, but it has the idea of one person is running as fast as they can, the other person is trying to catch them. It is a speed game where both players are trying to do something at the same time and be faster than the other player. And what does that mean? Here you go. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the two-player game. One person's the runner, one person's the chaser. There's some variants. There's 2 runners and 2 chasers in a 4-player. In a 3-player game, there's 2 runners and 1 chaser, but it's mostly a 2-player game. So start with the prison. That's where you're escaping from. The runner's going to draw 2 of these tiles from these starting tiles, and they're going to pick basically their starting route. And as soon as you say go, they're going to put their starting route on the table. Now, after that, the game begins. So as the game begins, there's 2 piles of tiles that are over here, and players are going to be picking up these tiles and going through them and trying to pick which they're going to do. They can, put that down and pick up the other set of tiles. They're trying to get to a hideout. Yay. And so what they're going to do when they just find a tile that they want to put down, they're going to place it adjacent to the last tile that they played. So I could put this one here. I have to make sure that the streets match up like that. Now there's a couple other rules though. You'll notice there's police cars here. You can't get past a police blockade unless of course there are maybe trees next to it. So if I'm looking through here, this one, well, that's not going to work, 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 that's not going to work. There we go. I could put this tile here because you can see that there are police officers, but there are trees. I can't put police officers next to police officers or next to an open road. So those are basically the rules of attachment. The roads have to match, obviously. If there's police cars, they must be next to trees. The ones that are following your route, at least. So now if I'm going to go down the middle here, I might decide that this will be my next one that I'm doing. And then when I move over to the next tile, well, I can't do this because, again, that would attach police officers to that and there's no trees there. So you're going to be scrambling to put these tiles down. Now, what you're trying to do is get to your hideout. You can place your hideout, but you can only place your hideout after you find the 3 things that you need. So you need to have keys, you need to have a map, and you need to have, where's the third one? Money. There are 2 tiles of each one, but you'll notice that these tiles almost always have police cars all around them, or at least they have police cars on 3 sides, which makes it hard to put these tiles down. So that's what the runner's doing. What is the chaser doing? As soon as the first 2 tiles are placed, the chaser can go. Now what the chaser is going to do is they're going to look at each tile, starting with the first one, and they're going to look at these number of people here, and they're going to look at people who are looking at the direction where the person went, witnesses. So in this case, this place has 2 people looking this way, 1 looking this way. This section has 1 person looking this way. This one has 2 dogs looking this way and a lady looking this way. This guy has 1 guy looking this way, 1 looking this way, and 1 looking this way. In fact, this is the only section where someone is even looking this way. So I'm going to put this token on the card. And then boom, I go to the next card. Down here, I'm looking for people looking this way. So I see that there's 1 guy here looking that way, 1 here, and that's the most, 1. And since it's in all 3, I can just pick any of them. Work. Over here, again, going this way. And again, it's 1, 1, and 1. So again, I can pick any one of those. Over here, I'm looking for people going this way, going down. And it's this section this time. If I get to the tile that the runner is currently working on, then I'm not looking for the direction that the runner is going because I don't know. I look at the direction the runner came from. So in this case, this section has 2 people facing this way. I put the token down and then I cover the tile and I caught the runner. That's it. And the chaser wins. The runner wins if they get to the hideout first. That is pretty much the game. So we have the tiles here, and they kind of show the different symbols on the other sides of them, which doesn't really matter. You have the starting tiles or not. The artwork is pretty good. The people it's actually not as easy to tell which direction. They're different colors and they're facing different ways. This simple here, but it does look neat. You can see as you're building the road. It's kind of fun to build that path. The tiles are decent quality. The tiles are okay quality. You can play multiple games and award out points for who won each game and things like that. And everything fits very easily into this box. Oh, the box looks kind of cool here. And that's the components. Now, I don't think this game works as well with 3 players or 4. With 3 players, you both have a pile and you're like communicating with each other, and it just feels a little clunky. 4 players is a little better with 2 chasers and 2, but this feels best as a 2-player game. Even if you have 4 players, you just take turns. I'll be the chaser, you be the runner, and everyone watches, boom, go to the next person, because games are literally that fast. My other concern with the game is that it really, at least in the beginning, is going to be weighted towards that chaser. Holy moly. It is much easier to go, they're facing that direction, boom, they're facing that direction, than sitting there going, okay, I need that road, and I'm looking here, and the trees need to match, and sure, you have a 2-tile head start, but it is hard to stay ahead of the person coming after you. And in fact, the rules say if it's hard, you can put 3 tiles out. And as time goes by, and you play this enough, you will get better as the runner, but still, I really feel like the chaser has an advantage, which is fine. We didn't just switch turns and say who got more tiles before you got caught. But it is just kind of this little filler type game. We're not talking about anything that's going to be like, what? No, just you play really quickly, boom, 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 next turn. So I'm like, hey, we got 5 minutes. Let's play 5-minute chase. It almost takes longer to set the game up than it does to play it. And it's just, again, some people are going to be find a game too frenetic for them, like, oh, I can't, I'm trying to match things, so I can't do it, right? So if that's the case with you, then don't go near this. Or play it and then you're done, because you can then go play something else. I like the theming of it, it's fun, I like the look of the game, and it's an entertaining one to pass the time, but it is what it is. It's just a quick, fast, little game where probably you're going to get caught. Dice Tower Judgment, a simple speed filler.